So here on my channel, I'm a big advocate of being active as opposed to reactive in your business and life. And what that means is in order to kind of reach peak performance, your full potential, I think it's really important to take actions on a daily basis that bring about a definite kind of result that you're looking to achieve, as opposed to just kind of, do you ever feel like you're just spinning plates and reacting to situations all the time? That's never the way to go through and be a winner. I don't think there's anything that I know of outside of a morning routine that allows you to really specifically set yourself off and kind of point yourself in the right direction on a daily basis to those goals that you want to achieve. It's kind of like thinking about when you're on a ship, right? You know, there's destinations put in on the GPS. I think every single morning we start with a blank canvas, and if you're able to put in the coordinates of where you actually want to get to, it makes sense that you're going to get there a whole lot easier and quicker. Yet so many people, and entrepreneurs particularly, don't have a morning routine. So I want to share mine with you from 2018. Take all of it or bits of it, use it in your own routine. I hope you get something useful from it. So number one, the first thing I do when I get up in the morning, and I advise you to do this the second you wake up, by the way. Morning routine doesn't mean sometime before lunchtime. I highly recommend you do this the second that you've opened your eyes to really set that GPS as early as possible. So the first thing I do, step one, is I take 10 breaths. I just count in 1, out 2, in 3, out 4. Now, we're not expecting miracles just from breathing, right? Well, don't worry. We're not going to sing Kumbaya or toast marshmallows, pat each other on the back right around the campfire. But I think just taking 10 breaths gives you that reset. It gives you a little bit of mental space in which kind of creativity and a bit of energy can kind of expand into. So many times we feel like full up, right? Got to do this, got to do that, got to do the other. Oh, I'm late for this, I'm late for that. And straight away we're in that reactive mindset, which is not good. We're always feeling like we're catching up and not good enough. So just take those 10 breaths, take like literally 10, 15 seconds to just reset yourself and give yourself the right bit of space to do the rest of this routine with. Second thing I do is I have 5 affirmations. These are just sentences that I say out loud as though I've already achieved the thing that I'm saying. And what I would recommend that you do is use the 5 areas that you feel the biggest challenge with in your life and kind of flip them on their head. You know, your brain is really, really smart, and maybe debatable for some people, you know, right? But it is. We are the champion species on this planet, at least for now, for a reason. And that's because of our mental capacity. Your brain will look to make true what you tell it. It doesn't know the difference between reality and fiction. Think about when you watch a sad film. Even if the sad film is based on a completely fictional story, it elicits an emotional response. Same with a scary movie, same with any emotion, right? And we know it's not real, but our brains don't know that. They're just feeding that information and giving us the correct emotional response. And the same thing happens with affirmations. I'm not expecting you as the perhaps least confident person in the world to say, I am confident a few times in the morning, and like wave a magic wand and suddenly you're like, you know, walking down the street, you know, like, hey, how's it doing? No, but what I am saying is it will take you at least one step in the right direction. It'll at least remind your brain of, hey, it is possible for me to be more confident. And over time, those kind of marginal gains, that compound effect will add up and you will see a difference in that area. So what 5 areas in your life do you hold yourself back in? Do you ever tell yourself, I'm not good enough, or I'm not smart enough, or, you know, I'm not charismatic enough, or I procrastinate too much? Well, you could have an affirmation that says, you know, I achieve more in less time than ever before. I'm the most confident person and getting better every day. Just think about the difference of that mindset. If you're telling yourself in your brain every single morning that you're this, you're that, you're the other, kind of pushing yourself down, and now the other way of pulling yourself back up. Have you ever seen the difference it makes to a person when they're given some kind of reassurance, they're giving a pat on the back, they're given some kind of confidence, they're given a pep talk? We have team talks in every sport for a reason. You should give yourself one every single morning. Affirmations allow you to do that. The improvements that they bring are well documented and cannot be disputed. Number 3, visualize. Visualize the biggest goal that you've got for that day. What is something perhaps you've been avoiding, or something that's important to you? Maybe it's a meeting, maybe it's a conversation with a person, maybe it's a big sale you're looking to close. Visualize that happening in a successful way. Visualize what it would feel like for that successful outcome to happen. Having the emotion of what it feels like is very important, by the way. It makes your body push you towards having it happen more. So for example, if I've got a really important meeting coming up with a client that I really want to have in my business, I'm like, okay, I visualize myself being able to get that client and make the amazing results that I have done for my other clients. I have visualized being able to show that person, hey, I can really help you generate more sales and customers. And I visualize them seeing that and working together and shaking my hand and signing a contract and being like, yes, this is going to be a really fruitful business relationship for the both of us. I visualize that. I close 9 out of 10 people. Now, I think that visualization is a huge key part of that, because I go into every meeting with confidence and as though it's already happened. It does make a difference, believe me. The fourth one, nearly there, we've only got 2 more left, is gratitude. Like, we can wake up in the morning, we've overslept by 5 minutes, we stub our toe, why does this happen to me, blah, 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 why am I always late? Well, think about the things that you could be grateful for. And I think it's really important that the problems that we think we've got, and of course they are legitimate problems, they pale into insignificance when we do gratitude. With my daughter and I say, what are you grateful for? She says, I'm grateful to have a mum and dad that care for me. I'm grateful that we have a nice car we can drive to school. And I'm grateful that I live in a country where I'm safe. I'm grateful to have many friends at the school I go to and teachers that want to help me. There's so many of these like big things that people lack that you can be more grateful for when you bring them to the front of your mind. And again, I'm not saying if you're dead broke and that's something that consumes you, hey, I've been there 7 years ago, that it's waving a magic wand, but just the fact that you woke up this morning, 15,000 people did not. Okay, I Googled it, and I think it's 15,000 people die every single day. So you're already ahead of 15,000, like a small stadium full of people. You can, again, take something from that to make you more of an active person, enthusiastic person, as opposed to more reactive and kind of like down in the dumps. And then the final thing I like to do is some kind of movement. Like, I like to exercise intensely. I don't do that first thing in the morning, but what I do is just a little bit of kind of like loosening up. I'm 37 years old now. It takes me a little bit to get going sometimes in the morning. I had a successful grappling career. I won't say it was a career, it was more of a hobby, but I did get a British title. So of course some days I would be crushed by the big guys in the gym for hours at a time training for competitions, and I need to kind of get moving a little bit in the morning. It just makes you feel alive. Just get the blood pumping, get the body freer, get some movement, get some oxygen. Just honestly, if you've been sat down for a long time right now, think about when you're like going on a long journey. How much better you feel when you like pull into a service station and just go and walk around, maybe grab a bottle of water, you just kind of stretch your legs, you get back in the car, everything feels a lot better. That extra piece of energy could be the extra 5 or 10% that you're going to gain that allows you in your first meeting or first action this morning to make a really good impression that has this kind of knock-on effect in your life. See, what I believe this morning routine can do for you, or whatever it is that you use it as, maybe you take bits and pieces, it's like that film Sliding Doors. I think it's Gwyneth Paltrow. She has this kind of like the same day, and you see it twice. In one version of when you're watching this day in her life, she forgets something, right? She walks out of her apartment where her fiance is, and she's like, oh, I'll go back and get this. And when she goes back in, she catches him having an affair. And it obviously spirals from there. The second alternative version, she forgets something, but she's like, I'll pick it up later. And she never finds out he's having the affair. I think they go on to get married. And there's this huge difference. And I won't spoil the ending, but as the film kind of doubles back on itself to the end, it's very revealing about what actually that small little action of just kind of going back a few steps as opposed to going forward really did have this huge knock-on effect to the rest of her life. This is the way this morning routine can work for you. Just those 2 or 3 steps, I've given you 5, right? In the right direction. It's actually 10, isn't it? Because right now, if you're taking 5 steps in the wrong direction every morning, you're late, you're stressed, you're critical of yourself, you're not prepared. Now we're going to address those things and go 5 steps in the right direction every single day. That gap from where you are right now to where you want to be, you're acting in a desirable way to make that outcome come true for you. You're taking the practical steps. A lot of people, when I talk about breathing and visualization, they go, this isn't practical. You're wrong. I'm telling you it absolutely is, because the way that your mind is, how you switch your brain and your attention to certain things, that's what brings about the practical steps. Like if you're trying to get in shape and you want to go to the gym, and you get home and you feel lazy and tired. Nothing to do with your physicality. You're just tired and I'll start tomorrow, and you play this game in your head. That caused a different physical reaction and action, right? It caused you not to go. Nothing to do with your body, everything to do with your mind. This morning routine is as practical as it gets. And I hope you'll take my word on that and put it into your business and your life today. So I hope you gained something from this. My channel is full of practical tips to help you get the peak performance out of your life and in your business. If that is something that interests you, you're more than welcome to subscribe to my channel. I'll catch you with another video really soon. As I always say, go create a day in life that counts. Always have more desires than excuses. I'll catch up with you really soon. Go do that morning routine. It will absolutely help you over the course of time. Bye for now. Enjoy your day.